friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is the third video in my long series of videos I'm making called Drunk with Blood, where we cover going over this book called Drunk with Blood, God's Killings in the Bible by Steve Wells. I highly recommend that you read it. I will have a link to it in the description below. It gives a very interesting perspective on all the killings in the Bible and discusses who killed more, God or Satan. So in the very first video, I went over the introduction. In the second video, I went over the first killing in the Bible, which was the flood. And now today we are going to be going over the second one. So this book covers the killings in the Bible and the Apocrypha, which is another text of scripture that some Christians, particularly some Catholics, consider sacred. So he, in the second edition of this book, covers that as well. But we are starting out with the killings in the Bible. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the video get out to more people, and together we can help a lot of people. So let's get started.
I'm changing my life and I won't look back ever again.
Okay, so we are still in Genesis, and we are on the second killing in the Bible, and this one is on Abraham's war to rescue Lot. I don't always read the scriptures that he quotes, but I usually put them right here, and you can read them later. I just don't have time to read them all, and just know occasionally I do read some of them. I will be reading a couple today, and he quotes from the King James Version, just so you know, okay? But I'm more interested in his commentary because these things are so sinister and disturbing that you really do need to have a sense of humor. And you'll see with his commentary how much humor he adds to the commentary. Okay, so here we go. Second killing in the Bible. This is a story about two of God's favorite people, Abraham and Lot. God gave Abraham, he called him Abram back then, pretty much everything on earth as far as he could see. Genesis 13, 14, and 15. Lot had lots of stuff too. Too much, in fact, to keep it all separate from Abraham's. Genesis of 13, 5 through 6. So Lot decided to move to Sodom. Genesis 13, 12. Soon after Lot got settled in Sodom, a war broke out between the kingdoms of Sodom and Gomorrah and some of the other local kingdoms. The Sodomites were defeated and Lot was taken prisoner. Okay, and that's Genesis 14:12. Then when Abraham got involved, he and 318 of his slaves took off after the anti-Sodomites. Genesis 14:14. And they smote the heck out of them, chasing them all the way down to the left hand of Damascus. Genesis 14:15. Abraham brought back Lot, the women, and the Sodomite stuff. Okay, that's Genesis 14:16. It says, and he brought back all the goods and also brought again his brother Lot and his goods and the women also and the people. When Abraham returned from the slaughter, the king of Sodom went out to greet him with Melchizedek, the priest of the Most High God, who brought along some bread and wine. Genesis 14:17 through 18. Now this is interesting. I'm telling you, I learn something new every day. He says Melchizedek, by the way, had no father or mother, no beginning or end, just like the Son of God. And that can be found at Hebrews 7:1 through 3. We're going to read that. Melchizedek, to whom Abraham gave a tenth part of all, without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of God. Interesting. And Melchizedek thanked God for helping Abraham slaughter the anti-Sodomites. That's at Genesis 14:20, a part. Then Abraham gave Melchizedek a tenth of all the stuff he got in the slaughter. And that would be the B part. A nice fee for such a puny prayer. Since this was just an ordinary slaughter, I estimated the number of victims to be 1,000. So that covers the second killings in the Bible. And just to recap, if you want to know, sometimes if the Bible does not say directly how many people were killed, then he estimates. And this is what he says in the introduction about that. When the Bible doesn't say how many were killed, I try to provide a reasonable estimate. And then he tries to give an idea of how he came up with that number. And he also uses estimates from Colin McEvedy and Richard Jones's Atlas of World Population History book. And using these estimates, I came up with the following grand totals for the number killed by God and Satan in the Bible. God, approximately 25 million. Satan, 60. That's something I covered in my very first video of this series, but I like to remind people that are new to the series because it's a very interesting topic. So I'll see you on the next video.
I'm changing my life and I won't look back ever again.